Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, May 6th, 2020. Yeah, I'm halfway through the week, hump day. So I want to tell you, I got everybody's reports on your animals. You guys did a great job. It's nice having the picture on there. It just makes it a little bit nicer. I think you should all print those out and hang those on your refrigerator. They're worthy of having a museum spot on your refrigerator. Remember the last ones we did in class? I printed them out for you and you brought them home. So why don't you do that with these too? These are their reports or writing pieces that I'm going to be putting grades on. So you all did well with those. So thank you for that and getting those in. Thank you, families, for your help with that. Oh, there's the cuckoo clock. It's going off. So today we're going to go over our daily language review, and we have one worksheet we're going to do. Today's going to be an easier day. So let's start with our daily language review. Get hooked up here. And where'd it go? It disappeared. And we need to go over Tuesdays. Can we see it? Okay, good. Focus. All right, so Tuesday. We're going over Tuesdays, so the daily language review. Synonyms or antonyms, are they the same or are they opposites? Dull, bright. If something is real dull, the light is shining dull, it's not real clear, it's not real bright. Bright is the opposite. So these are antonyms, opposite. Bruise and wound. Those are things that, they're both injuries. You have a bruise on your arm or you cut yourself. That's called a wound. It's also spelled the same way as wound, like you wound up a ball of yarn, but this is pronounced wound. And those are synonyms. They're both the same. They're both injuries. In which part of a friendly letter would this appear? Remember I said, would it be in the greeting, the body, or the closing? So, how are you? I am doing well. This would be the middle part. So this would be the body. Dear Grandma, that would be your greeting. How are you? I am doing very well. And whatever else you tell Grandma. And then if you say, love, Bobby, that would be the closing. So this is the body you would find this part in. Correct these sentences. Hurricane Hugo hit Charlotte, North Carolina and caused damage. Hurricane Hugo, that's a name. It's a proper noun. That was a bad hurricane that we had years ago. And so Hugo is a man's name. You don't hear that name that often, but you would capitalize it. And also Charlotte in North Carolina. Charlotte is a city, a proper noun, capitalize that. North Carolina is a state, capitalize the North and the Carolina. And then we have to put a comma in between there to separate those two. And cause damage, period. So Hurricane Hugo hit Charlotte, North Carolina and caused damage. You could even, if you said it with an exciting voice, you could put an exclamation mark there. Hurricane Hugo hit Charlotte, North Carolina and caused damage. Then you could have exclamation. So this one, number 5, I hope it don't rain on Saturday. Ah! Does that sound bad to you guys? When you hear somebody speak like that? I hope it don't rain. Not don't. We put doesn't. So I is capitalized. We're going to substitute doesn't for don't. And Saturday is the proper noun, day of the week. And I think this person's going to say, I hope it doesn't rain on Saturday. So I gave it an exclamation mark and rewrote it with all the capitals and the punctuation. So that was your work for Tuesday. And let's see for today. We have, okay, correct the sentences. You can depend on Mother picking you up on time. Number 2 to correct. Don't forget your appointment with Dr. Hammersmith on Tuesday at 400 or 400. That's supposed to be 4 o'clock. So what do you need to fix that? So make those corrections. Rewrite those both, please. Number 3 and 4, is the underlined word a noun, a verb, an adjective, or an adverb? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. The 50 stars in the flag represent 50 states. Person, place, or thing, action word, describing, modifying the verb. So all you have to write is one of these parts of speech on the blanks. And number 5, which is the correct way to divide the word into syllables? We don't do that a lot. Conversation. So clap. How would we do it? So if you say con, what are the sounds in that first part? Figure it out and circle which one is the correct way. Okay, so that's our deal R. So what you're going to do today, this is something that we're going to go over. This is something that people make mistakes all the time. I see it online and social media. There are adults that make mistakes with this. Sometimes it might be the typo when they're texting because you have auto spell and it does it for you if you don't proofread it. But what we're going to do is go over theirs. There, there, there. Notice they're all spelled differently. E-R-E, E-I-R, E-Y-R-E, apostrophe R-E. So, whenever you see this there with the E-R-E, this is referring to a place. And an example of a sentence for that would be, park the car over there. I underlined there. So that means a place if it's spelled this way. There with the E-I-R means ownership. It belongs to somebody. Is that their car? Right? E-I-R means whose car? Their car. Belongs to them. And the last one, we say it a little bit different. We don't say there, we kind of say their, because we're saying the word they. And when we see, we call that a contraction. It's 2 words, they and are, the contraction. They are. We don't say they are, we say they're. It's taking a shortcut. It's like the word don't, isn't, can't, shouldn't. We have a lot of contractions that we've talked about. So this is a contraction. They're getting a new car. And the best way to double check yourself on that is to say the 2 words, they are, and does it make sense? They are getting a new car. Does that make sense? Yes. Let's try it here. Is that they are car? No, that doesn't make sense there. Park the car over they are. That doesn't make sense. So whenever you have a contraction, say it separately, they are, if you're not sure as to how to, whether it belongs there or not. So today, in your folder of work that I put in your mailbox, you have this worksheet. And it's the 3 theirs. Not the 3 bears, the 3 theirs. Okay, hopefully it's focusing. What you need to do is choose the correct word to complete the sentence. So here's all the theirs showing ownership. Here's all the they are's, there. And here's all the there meaning a place. You have to choose which one goes in there. So you'll put an X, and I want you to write the word in the sentence. And if it's at the beginning, make sure you're using capitalization, please. Okay, so their opinions are very different from ours. So I have to try each one. There, are they talking about somebody's, they're talking about somebody's own, something belongs to somebody. Whose opinions? Their opinion. Their opinions are very different from ours. I think that's it, but I'm still going to check the other ones. They are opinions are very different from ours. That doesn't make sense. There, over there, meaning someplace. Their opinions are very different from ours. They're not talking about a place or a location. So I know it's not this one, it's not that one, it's this one. Put your X there and write there in the blank. So you only have 7 of these to do today. Easy day. When you finish this, if you could please take a picture and send it to me. And I've been meaning to mention, some people have asked, you don't have to take a picture of our daily language review and send that to me. I'm trusting that you're doing it. I know you guys are. And I trust that you take this page out when I correct it and that you make the corrections. Read this over carefully. Don't just say, I did it yesterday. You need to read it over. If you make a mistake, you need to fix it and correct it in your sentence that you wrote out. Parents, that you can please double check on that. That would be a big help. So do that. And so you don't have to send me a picture of this. This is good practice that we just do to keep our brains fresh on our editing and revising. All right, so today we're just doing there, and there, and your Wednesday DLR. All right, have a good day, everybody.